Hey, how's it going? Patch 2.01 was released yesterday and it has brought a mix of feedback for CD Projekt Red. While there has been positive reactions, there have also been some negative responses due to the several issues currently plaguing the game. These problems range from missing inventory items to low tier weapons and cyberware and much more. So with that being said, in this video, I will be also showing you how to fix certain bugs while discussing some of the biggest problems in the game. First, let's discuss the frustrating Mantis Blade low tier bug. If you've encountered this bug, your once mighty Max Tac or Mantis Blade may have been downgraded to a basic tier 1 version, appearing as a plain gray item. The good news is there's a way to fix this issue. Here's what you need to do. First, visit a vendor or a drop point, either one will do. Second off, locate the tier 1 item that got downgraded. Third, sell the downgraded item to the vendor, that's it, or drop point, whichever. Number 4, hop inside your vehicle, then travel a certain distance. And last but not least, number 5, the final step is to head back and check the drop point. By doing this, you'll utilize a glitch that will transform the tier 1 item back to the legendary version. This method will also work with nearly any gray version you possess, whether it be a downgraded or not. However, please note that if you attempt this method with a legendary item, it may result in the item being downgraded instead. Essentially, it's best to use the vendor glitch for upgrading your tier 1 weapons only. Now, let's explore other issues within the game. Currently, there are problems with the user interface, specifically with items not displaying correctly on the screen. This can occur when you're reviewing your items in the inventory screen, when you're changing weapons in-game, or if you are trying to swap out cyberware pieces. While this bug may not be the most severe on the list, it's certainly an annoying one to encounter. Unfortunately, I can't provide a solution for the incorrect display issue. We'll need to wait for an update from the developers to determine whether this issue will be resolved sooner or later. It's reasonable to assume that this is on their to-do list, and I'm confident it will be resolved shortly. Next, we have to talk about the XP bug that is preventing players from leveling up their skill progression. This player says, quote, "My headhunter skill just don't work. I'm level 60, but the skills don't work. Stealth lasts for 3 seconds, and optical camouflage does not activate upon immobilization. This 2.01, it was just unfortunate," end quote. And another person chimed in saying that they were experiencing the same exact problem. I do not have a method for this either, so once again, we will have to wait and hear from the developers. Until then, there's not much we can do. Although, for this next bug, there is something that you can do momentarily to fix it. Now, you might be thinking, what bug is going around this time? And trust me, there's a lot. This time, there's a bug with fast traveling. It's just not working properly for whatever reason. This player below says, quote, "Since the 2.01 update, fast travel terminals have regularly been unavailable for me, even without any combat whatsoever. They won't let me access them. Sometimes I'll be thrown into combat accidentally in Dogtown and happen to pass an area where a drone went down, and upon exiting combat, it will say unavailable," or situations like just now where I engage in a conversation with somebody and it didn't experience the combat at all. Went to use a fast travel terminal and it was unavailable. Saving next to the terminal and reloading the game is fixing it, but still getting kind of tedious. Waypoints are not working at all for some reason, but there is a fix for it. This Reddit user mentions that you will need to create a quick save or a save in general next to the terminal, then reloading it will fix the issue. And are we done talking about bugs? Nope. Because there's more. There have been reports of the final mission called The Sun causing some sort of instant death bug that depletes your health once you enter inside the AV. As you can tell from the video, there's not much you can do except not play the last mission, and it does not end there because there is a lot more bugs that have popped up within the Dogtown missions. And by the way, spoiler alert here, because I do not want to ruin the game for you at all. Because, well, let's talk about it, because some of you have not been able to complete the DLC because of the corrupt save issues, and that completely sucks. But there is some interesting stuff here. This Reddit user says, Quote, I just completed the mission where you help Hans choose a new leader to replace the colonel, but now I walk at a crawl and I can't open the inventory screen. Does anyone know what could be causing this? I don't want to do anything and possibly lock myself into a bugged save. Another player responded to this saying, quote, I have the same problem. Although I can still run afterward, I cannot open the inventory or use fast travel. End quote. So, oh boy, yeah, there's a lot of things that CD Projekt Red needs to fix within Cyberpunk. Not only the game itself, but the DLC included. There's just so much weird, wonky, funky things going on. I'm surprised, but at the same time, I'm not, because you guys know how it was when the game first launched. And regardless of that, there was no issues. There was no issues until 2.01 came along, and then everything went downhill. And I'm sure they're stressing over there, the developers, but, you know, give them time. I'm sure they will fix this. I can only imagine how stressed out they are, but just definitely give them time, and I'm sure they will definitely just figure something out for us. And by the way, there is one more thing that I would like to mention here. The last bug has been appearing for a few players, and essentially it's a generic pop-up that resembles a printing error. For instance, it may display a message like, quote, generic message, and then right here you see everything else. This essentially is a placeholder text commonly used in various contexts. So yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes down to the bugs. I'm sure there's a lot more here than what I've mentioned or what I've discussed and talked about. I'm sure we can expect another patch here soon that will fix most of these issues, but really there is nothing we can do. I have provided some fixes that should help, but for the most part, it will not fix all of the bugs. This covers most of the issues in the game, but it doesn't address all the random bugs that have appeared. We obviously can anticipate another patch coming soon, as I just mentioned, that should address most of these problems. So I hope that you have found this video helpful at all, and if you have, definitely give the video a thumbs up. I will be reporting back to you guys when there is another update or if they've possibly fixed something. If you have not, join the Discord down below, because we talk about glitches, we talk about all sorts of cool things over there. And not to mention, I also have a Twitter down below, so follow that sucker too. And let's just talk about everything within today's video. I'm interested mostly in what you guys think about the latest patch. Do you think there's going to be another fix? Obviously there's going to be, but do you think it's going to cause more problems, or is it going to actually fix some things? That is something that's really crazy about this, right? Because you receive patches, you receive all these hotfixes, but sometimes with certain games, you might just receive a game-breaking patch like this, where various issues just pop out of nowhere. It's just wild. It's just completely wild. But yeah, I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please comment down below, because I will be responding back within the first hour or two, because absolutely, if you have any questions about any glitch or anything that we've talked about in today's video, definitely shoot it down below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for the support, and I will see you all in the next video.